At a crowded train station, a poor beggar spent his days asking strangers for money. It was his daily routine until one encounter with a businessman changed his life forever with a single question. One day, the beggar spotted a tall man in a fine suit. He looks rich, he thought. Maybe he'll give me a good amount. He approached him with an outstretched hand. The businessman looked at him and asked, "You're always asking, but have you ever given anything to anyone?" The beggar frowned. "Sir, I'm just a poor man. I have nothing to give." The businessman smiled. "If you have nothing to offer, why should you receive? Life is about exchange. The day you have something to give, come find me." And with that, he stepped onto the train and disappeared. That night, the beggar couldn't shake those words. Maybe people don't give me much because I offer them nothing in return, he thought. But what could a beggar possibly give? Days passed. Then one morning, he noticed fresh flowers blooming near the station. An idea struck him. What if I give people a flower when they give me money? He picked a handful and approached the next train. This time, when someone gave him money, he offered them a flower in return. To his surprise, most people smiled. Some even gave him more than before. Over time, more and more passengers started giving him money because they appreciated the small gift in return. Without realizing it, the beggar had stopped begging. He was no longer just asking. He was exchanging. His earnings increased, and instead of picking random flowers, he started collecting and selling them. Then one day, he saw the same businessman again. Excited, he ran up to him and said, "Sir, today I have something to give you." He handed him a flower in exchange for money. The businessman grinned. "Now, you're a real trader." That night, the beggar had another realization. I don't have to be a beggar at all. Using his savings, he bought fresh flowers in bulk and started a small business selling them properly. His business grew. 6 months later, he was no longer a beggar. He wore a suit and traveled to expand his flower trade. One day, during a train ride, he saw the businessman again. Smiling, he asked, "Do you recognize me?" The businessman shook his head. "I don't think we've met." The man laughed. "Oh, but we have, twice. I was the beggar you once refused to give money to. Then, I was the flower seller you called a trader. Now, I own a successful flower business." The businessman's eyes lit up. "You learned the most important rule of success. If you want to receive, you must first give." You change your mindset, and that changed your future. This story teaches us a powerful truth. Success begins with a mindset shift. If we think small, we stay small. But the moment we believe in ourselves and start giving value to others, doors open. If you want to change your life, start by changing how you think, because in life, as in business, giving and receiving always go hand in hand. So, what is your flower? Tell us in the comment section.